Chris was a brilliant graduate, top of his class, glowing recommendations, and a heart full of ambition. But life after graduation hadn't been kind. He had attended interview after interview, walking in with hope and walking out with the same empty promise. We'll get back to you. But they never did. Bills were piling up, rent, electricity. His younger siblings needed support. His pride was shrinking by the day. One afternoon, after yet another job interview, Chris sat quietly in a taxi. His shoulders slumped, his eyes fixed on the road ahead. There was another passenger beside him, an elderly woman dressed in simple but neat clothes. He greeted her politely, and she responded with a warm smile. But Chris was too deep in thought to make conversation. The woman dropped off a few minutes later, paying her fare and disappearing into the crowd. It wasn't until the taxi neared his stop that Chris noticed a small purse beside him. The woman had forgotten it. He quickly opened it, looking for identification. What he found made his eyes widen: several bundles of cash, ATM cards, the sleek phone, and a small slip with an address. It would have been easy to say nothing. No one saw him pick it up. No one would know. But he knew. He paid the driver and got out, clutching the purse. Instead of going home, he asked for directions and made his way to the address. It led him to a large mansion far beyond anything he had ever imagined. At the gate, he introduced himself and said he had something to return. The gateman made a call, then let him in. Inside, the mansion was even more stunning. The woman from the taxi emerged, calm and composed. Chris stepped forward and handed her the purse. "I found this in the taxi, Ma," he said, respectfully. "I hope nothing's missing." The woman looked at him for a long moment. Then she smiled, clapped her hands slowly, and said, "Test successfully passed." Chris blinked. "Ma." She laughed softly. "I own the company you interviewed at today. We've seen dozens of applicants with great grades and fancy resumes. But the job you applied for requires something more: integrity, honesty, character. So, we planned this test." She paused, watching his stunned face. "You passed? The job is yours, Chris, with a full salary package, a car, and a house. Congratulations." Chris stood speechless, overwhelmed with emotion. Tears stung his eyes. For the first time in a long while, things made sense. His struggles weren't for nothing. His kindness, even in pain, had led him to his breakthrough. As he drove home later in the company car, his heart was full not just with joy, but with a lesson that would stay with him forever. This story teaches us that no matter what life throws at you, hold on to your values. Doors may remain shut, opportunities may delay, but in a world full of shortcuts, staying true to who you are will always set you apart. Kindness and integrity are currencies that never lose value. Like, comment, and subscribe for more stories.